That's really funny. So I forgot that I had made the stream for myself earlier today. I'm doing kind of a test, I guess. I want to see what my viewership is like if I plan like way ahead of time my live stream rather than just create the live stream right then and there. And I forgot what title I had given it. I was just like, oh, it's such a nice day out. You know, maybe you should go spend some time outside. So I called it Go Touch Grass. Oh, that's so funny. I don't know why that just strikes me as so funny, but it was. Oh, boy. That's funny. Let's see. Any news, any updates? Not really. Just, Tuesday sometimes is part 2 of Monday. Monday part 2. So that's where I'm at. Monday part 2. I've gotten some projects done. Kids have come into my class to try and finish some projects and, final projects and things. My seniors, the kids that are going to graduate in just over a week, a couple of them have come to me asking to stamp their clearance card, meaning there's a kid, that my class is required and they need my class to graduate. And some of them, I'm like, oh boy, you didn't treat this class as if you needed it to graduate. You kind of slacked your way through it. Plenty of kids I signed, plenty of kids have an A or they, they're doing just fine. And then a couple of kids, I'm like, oh, you realized you needed this credit, right? Oh, it's just funny. Yeah. One kid I had to turn away. I said, you know what? I'd love to see you finish a couple of projects before we talk about this. I'm not going to stamp this. Because once you sign that card, no matter what they do, they are guaranteed to pass your class. And so you'd better make darn sure that they are going to pass your class. Otherwise, don't stamp the card. If you stamp the card, then they can just walk free. They're free to go because they don't need your class anymore. So you got to be real careful stamping those cards. All right. So today in the connections puzzle, I see 16 words here, and they come together for 4 groups. Let's figure out what they are. I see ledger. Oh, interesting. I also see Hardy. So I wonder if these are like actor names. Ledger, Day, Brown, Horse, Water, Hardy, Log, Murphy, Bale, yeah, Drew, Canopy, Record, Trough, Register, Holmes, and Pitchfork. Okay. Now, I wish I knew names better than I do, but I know that Heath Ledger was in the Batman movies. He was in The Dark Knight as the Joker. Christian Bale, and he was, oh gosh, was he Bane? Why can't I? Oh no, he was just Batman. Christian Bale, he was Batman. He was also the guy from American Psycho. Tom Hardy, was Tom Hardy in the Batman movies? And then somebody Holmes, or Murphy, or Day, or Brown. Ooh, I've seen all of these as last names. Okay, we'll come back to it. All right, so, well, and then Pitchfork, Bale, Trough, and Horse. These are all like farm terms. I feel like those all go together. Oh, they do. Scene in a barn. Okay. This has nothing to do with Batman. This has nothing at all to do with Batman. That's funny. Okay. So, register, record, I think it's record because ledger, register, record. Oh, and log. Yep, you keep a log. I bet you that's the yellow. Yeah, that's the yellow category. Account book. Okay. So, what do these have to do? Ooh, wait a minute. Murphy bed, water bed, day bed. Maybe canopy bed? Okay. Words before bed. canopy bed, Murphy bed, water bed, day bed. Okay, so then Drew, Nancy Drew, Tom Hardy, Sherlock Holmes, and then, I don't know, Charlie Brown. Oh, that's cute. Okay, yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. Detectives of kids' literature. Who's Brown? Nancy Drew. Was it the Hardy Boys? The Hardy Twins or something? And then Sherlock Holmes. Cool. All right, so the connections today was pretty straightforward. The green category, seen in a barn. A bale, a horse, a pitchfork, and a trough. There was a serious red herring in this one. Bale, ledger, right? Having to do with the Dark Knight, being Batman and Joker there. So they were trying to trick us, weren't they? The account book, the ledger, the log, the record, and the register. Words before bed. Canopy bed, day bed, Murphy bed, and water bed. And then detectives of kids' literature. Of course, there's Sherlock Holmes. If you've read it, there's Nancy Drew. E.B. Boy Detective. Encyclopedia Brown. Okay, apparently there's Encyclopedia Brown, who is a detective. And then the Hardy Boys. Yeah, the Hardy Boys. Frank and Joe Hardy. I had never heard of that one before, the Encyclopedia Brown. That's a new one. Maybe that's a newer book series that I'm not familiar with. Cool. Awesome. Let's play the mini crossword. It's a 5x5 with 2 spaces missing. Pink. Oh, I do know this one because I have a teenager. Pink Pony Club. Never heard a single note of that song, but I apparently, that's a thing. Instrument that might be made with a comb and wax paper. I know that one. That's a kazoo. Kazoo. Make it with a comb and wax paper so that it rattles against the tines. How bedtime stories are often read at night. How they are read. Oh, how they are read. They're read aloud. Might be changing that one. I don't know. The consonants and vowels downways are working out. I wonder if we're onto something there. On edge. You're touchy, you're edgy. I don't know. Short Instagram video. Is a reel. Less colorful. Well, paler. It's less colorful. It's paler. Layer of the upper atmosphere, ozone. Totally pointless. I don't know that word. Looks like it's in French or something. Hit a high note in a high place, perhaps. Yodel. Kit, cat. Okay, and then the one we're missing. Tense. There it is. Tense. I don't know why my brain was turned off for that other one. Let's see what that one was. 3 down. Totally pointless. Nos. Oh, no use. Mom, I hope you're watching that. Oh my gosh. You guys remember there was one when 2 people fight and they go at it, but I kept looking at it like, goat it? What do you mean goat it? I don't understand. And my mom called me later and she was like, honey, go at it. I'm like, oh, duh. It took my mom's phone call or text or whatever to realize how wrong I was. Hey, Callie. I was just laughing at myself for saying totally pointless is nouse. I'm like, what do you mean nouse? No use. 2 words. Laughing at myself for not seeing that as 2 words. I've done that before. My mom texted me afterwards and she was like, honey, you realize. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. All right, so Chapel Roan hit Pink Pony Club. I do have a teenager at home, so she, I don't remember. I've never heard it before, but I remember her mentioning it one time. Instrument that might be made with a comb and wax paper. A kazoo. How bedtime stories are often read aloud. I thought I'd have to change that one. I'm kind of surprised that I got that right. Read aloud. All right, on edge. Ooh, you're tense. You're tense when you're on edge. Didn't even realize. No use. Yeah, it's 2 words. A short Instagram video, especially vertical, nonsensical. It's real. Oh, the real world. Yes, we live in the real world. REEL now. Less colorful. Paler. Paler. Layer of the upper atmosphere. Ozone. Totally pointless. No use. It is of no use to me. Hit a high note in a high place, perhaps. To yodel. Yeah, that you would sing that in the Alpine mountains or something. And then a Kit Kat bar. Nice. Kit Kat. All right. Our Wordle today. Again, I'm not going to be looking at it. You know my rules. My personal goofy rules. What should we start with? How about great? That's great. Okay, there's an R and an E. We could do... I'm thinking of a non-intersecting word. What about ducks? That uses up the U, but it's no help to us. Look at that. Is that how you spell it? No. Oh, that is a word, though. Wimpy. That is a word. Oh my gosh, and no help still. Okay. All right, so what do we have? We've got an O, we've got an L, we've got an H, we've got a F, we got a B, N, I guess a V. I don't know. What's left? So in the puzzle, there's an R somewhere, there's an E somewhere. Could be like, if it's 2 consonants, it could be FL. It could be BL. I guess VL. Floor. That's not how you spell it. Ugh, I was trying things and it said that that was a thing. Okay, well, there's an E at the end. Great. Oh, crumbs, and there's only 2 guesses left. Okay, what if it's my consonant thing kind of fell away, so maybe it's an R word, R, and if it's an R, maybe it's an R consonant. Rebo. None of these are words. I don't think it's the H, unless it starts with an H. Horn. That would tell us if the O is at the beginning. It would also say where the R goes, because it's either here or later. Oh, it's not a word. Okay. Born. Same idea, but just making sure we're not wasting guesses. Oh, I was so nervous about this one. Wow. I was so nervous about that one. I was literally about 30 seconds ago, I thought, oh my gosh, what if this is the one that breaks my streak? I've got a streak. Literally tomorrow it's going to be 100 in a row that I've gotten correctly. Over 144 times I've played this game. 100% win rate. And I thought to myself, only about 2 minutes ago or whatever, I thought, oh my gosh, what if this is the end? I break my streak here. That was so scary, honestly. I was quaking in my boots there. Holy cow. So I started with great. It's kind of a blessing and a curse when you start off with a really awesome word at the beginning that's like, oh, here's some help. Because then you go, oh, I got this. You know, and maybe that's to your demise because you think, oh, I got this, but you really don't. Oh, boy. Okay, so I said great, and it gave me the R and the E. And then I'm trying to use up letters, you know, and if I can use up all of the consonants, that's awesome. Or excuse me, all the vowels at least. And I tried great, and then ducks, and then wimpy. No help at all, except for the R and the E. Those are 3 non-intersecting words, but only 2 letters out of all that. And then I tried floor, and that is not how you spell floor. In fact, I'm going to look that up. Why would you spell floor like that? F-L-O-R-E. Definition, floor, F-L-O-R-E, can refer to the Latin word meaning to blossom, to flourish, or a French word meaning flora, or a given name of Latin origin, flower, floor. Okay, and that's even not how they usually spell it, because isn't floor in French like F-L-E-U-R or U-R-E-U-U-E-R? I think it's... I don't know. E-U-R. Oh, the final answer. I don't know. Honestly, good luck with that one. Okay, floor. Well, apparently that's one of the spellings. When you put in 5 letters there, it references some dictionary somewhere, and it goes, yep, that's a word, even if it's a word you've never heard of. And that's where I'm at right here. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, if the R doesn't go here, the R doesn't go here, where could it go? Maybe it goes in the middle. Maybe it goes in the beginning, right? There's an E at the end. We know that. And there's an R. There's an E somewhere. And there's an O now. We know there's an O. And so mixing the letters around, I thought, well, maybe it's got, you know. I didn't even consider a double letter. I wonder if there would have been a thought in my head that there was a double letter. It didn't even cross my mind for this one. Cool. Awesome. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Literally, I was like, yep, this is the end of my streak. And then I got it on the 5th. Whew. This was my attempt to try and find out, you know, if there was a B or an N in this puzzle. And at least what order it was in. And oh my gosh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. We got it on that one. Cool. All right, today the Strands puzzle. The theme is, oh, of course. Oh, of course. Is this things that are obvious? Course. Oh, like a golf course? What else? Course. I don't know. Let's find some words and hopefully this starts coming out. I see a Z. That's a little strange. I see PP. I also see ER. I wonder if zipper right there is one of them. No. Zippers. I see an ING right there. Sending. Send. Dipper, but that leaves the Z all by itself. Why is there a Z there? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I know what's going on here. Nope. Yeah. Okay, I got it. I got it. I just cracked this one wide open. Oh, of course. Courses of a meal. Right? What are you going to have? You're going to have appetizers. Look, that's probably what the PP is. APP. Hold on. Appetizer. Oh, what the heck? Appetizers. Salad. Maybe a soup. Oh, here's S-U-O-P. Hold on. S-O-U-P. Soup. Okay. Soup, salad, appetizers. What else? Like a main course? No, they wouldn't say the word course in the puzzle, though. Oh, dessert, of course. Wait, D-E-S-S-E-R-T, dessert. Oh, wait, fine. How do I get over there? I-N-I-N-G. There it is. Fine dining. Fine dining. How do I get over there? E-N, no, that would leave this one stranded. E-N-T-R. Oh, there's two E's, that's right. Oh, and a cheese. Wow, very fancy. A cheese. Not at the restaurants I go to. That looks silly, doesn't it? I'm going to hit that button there. Back to puzzle. All right. Oh, of course, when you go to a fancy, fancy meal and there are multiple courses, you might do a salad, an appetizers, dessert at the end, soup somewhere, entree, and a cheese platter. Wow. You could do without the cheese. I love cheese. Oh, I love cheese. I don't know if I'm a snob about cheese, but I can appreciate cheese. I know some people are like, ooh, some cheese smells weird. No way, man. Bring it on. I love a good cheese. I love a good bad cheese, too, right? Like a Gruyere or, blue cheese or something that's got a funk to it. Bring that on. A nice soft cheese. Spread it on a cracker or some veggies or something. Oh, my gosh. So good. I love smoked cheeses like a Gouda, Munster. Do I have a one favorite cheese? Okay, of sliced cheese, I would say my absolute well, I have two. I love provolone, and I love Swiss. Some people don't like Swiss. There are even people in my family that don't like Swiss cheese. But provolone and Swiss are like tied for first place. And then for wedges of cheese, I have really loved, I haven't been able to find it since, but I actually got it on discount. We were at a Kroger market one time, and they always have things on discount, manager special. They're trying to get rid of stuff, and I saw one that was called Saint Angel. I wonder if I can even find it. It was a brie, like a really soft. Here. This is just what it looked like. Here, we'll go full screen. Ta-da! Saint Angel cheese. And it was divine. Oh my gosh. I love a good soft cheese. The way to my heart is a good soft cheese. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. It was so good. It's like a soft brie, spreadable. Even the rind was good. I know, I'm wacky. I'm weird. I eat the rind. I just loved that flavor. It tasted so good. Anyway, one of the courses you might have, Callie says, I'll take any cheese as long as it comes with toppings, bread, crust, and sauce, and gets baked in an oven. Oh, I don't know if I would eat a blue cheese pizza. I guess. I don't know. Does it melt? Yeah, it probably melts. Oh, there's so many good cheeses out there. I don't think I'd call myself a cheese snob, but I definitely love lots of different types of cheese. So good on like a charcuterie board or something, or just by itself. A couple of Ritz crackers. So good. All right, so that was the Strands puzzle, and we finished that in very good time. I think what we need now is a good letterbox. And today we have to do it in 6 words, which is usually an indication that these are tough words, right? These are tough letters. We've got an X, we've got a J, we've got a V. Oh man, I see an X, an I, and a G, T, V, and a C. Doesn't that feel like conjunctivitis or something? Just looking at the words. There's no C or no O, so I can't do that. A, N, and U, E, R, and J. So I can't do words like reject or something because R, J, and E are all the same. Are you giving? Now I gave you ideas. Callie's going to run to the store and go get blue cheese to try and put it on a pizza. You know what I've always wanted? This is off topic, but you know what I've always wanted? If I had the space for it, I would totally build myself one. I would love a pizza oven, like a wood fire, flat slab, stone slab, granite slab kind of thing, pizza oven. Oh, that would be so fun. That would be so fun. I would cook pizzas in there all the time. I would get fat on pizza. I would love that. All right, we're going to try and solve this, hopefully in 6 words. I can't do like RE words or ER words. I was thinking like rejuvenate. I almost feel like it would be there. Can't do that. I think it's EN anyway. I almost can spell juvenile. Juvenite. Dang. All right, well, there goes my 2 ideas. I was going to say rejuvenate and reject. Well, I can't do either of those. I can do ing words. Oh, that would be so good. If the I and the G weren't on the same side, we could say extravagant. Wait, maybe we can. Is it... That's not how you spell it. I know I've spelled it wrong here. Dang. Extra... Oh, I can't do CT. I was going to say extract. Extra-ing. Hey, Giddy, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Just trying to figure out what to do with these letters. What do I put together? Yeah, this one is a tough one. We do have 6 words. I mean, that's why they give you more letters or more words to kind of chew on all these letters. Ajar, that is a word. I got rid of the J. Okay. Here, I'm going to write these down because I just thought of a killer one. I just thought of a really good one. All right, we're just flying through these sticky notes, aren't we? It's funny, I haven't thrown them away. I just have a pile of them. Okay, so let's write down extra and a jar. Okay, now, knowing that... Okay. Inventing. Okay, and if we can get over to the E, then we can play extra and a jar. But we still have a C. Let's see. I haven't used the C yet. I haven't used the U. A jar. Okay, so really we just need the C and the U and then end on an E. Ooh. If the U and the A were on the different sides, we could say... man, that doesn't work. We could say guac. And guacamole. I don't know. Is that a word? Grue? No, grue is not a word. G-R-U-E. Grundle. Maybe we need to do this in 2 words. Yeah. Well, if we... Okay, so if we can get over to the E and in the process use the C and the U, then I have 2 great words. We could play extra and a jar. So we're just kind of reinventing the beginning of this puzzle. Inventing. There I go, using the word that I used. Grin. Yeah, we could use grin. I-N. Grin. Ninja. Oops. Oh, accurate has 2 C's in it. Yeah, cut. Cut is a good one. I just wonder if it's too few letters. You know, you have to be conservative about how few letters you use up. Please tell me ninja-ing is a word. Ninja. Axe. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to do it in 6 words today, and we've got 4 words already. Oh, ready for this? Execute Order 66. That was a roundabout way to do it, but we did it. We did it. Look at that. Execute. Okay, so inventing. The G led us to grin. The N led us to ninja. The A led us to axe. And then the E so that we could... That's so funny. I revisited a strange letter. I needed the X again. That's so funny. Usually when you're done with one of those bizarre letters, you're like, oh, thank goodness I got rid of that. That's wild. Execute. All right, how did they solve it? Dumb and brain power. Those are oxymorons of each other, aren't they? They're totally opposite each other. Dumb and brain power. Dumb brain power. That's really funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, let's review. Yeah, this was a tough one. If you like what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing. We do this every day, and you can be one of the many people that join us every day. It's good to have you on board, you guys. Thank you. Hey, Frank, you know what? I'm just glad you're here. I'm just glad to see you. Bright, shining face. Well, bright, shining chat. Yeah, all right. So let's go over our connections puzzle. I think maybe, Frank, you came at a good time because here we are doing the puzzles and reviewing them, so you get to see what we've done. So the connections puzzle, there was a pretty big red herring today. There was Bale and Ledger, right? Christian Bale and Heath Ledger. Were there other ones? Was Murphy one of the actors? I started panicking because I don't know actors super well. I'm like, oh, man, I don't know these people. But luckily, it was just a red herring. It was fine. Totally fine. All right, so the green category, scene in a barn. You see a bale, a horse, a pitchfork, and a trough. Kind of strange. O-U-G-H makes a F sound. Trough. Didn't see that one coming, did you? The yellow category, the account book, right? It's a ledger, a log, a record, or a register. Words before bed. This one stood out, right? A canopy bed, a day bed, a Murphy bed, and a water bed. A Murphy bed is one of those ones that's hidden in the wall, and then when you need it, it comes down. I had a friend that had a Murphy bed. My grandparents had a couch bed. If a bunch of people came over to stay the night, from out of town, they would pull out the couch bed. The pull-out. They call it the pull-out bed. And then Detectives of Kids Literature, Brown. That's Encyclopedia Brown. I didn't know that one. I had to look it up. And then, who's that? Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys, right? They solve things together. And then Sherlock Holmes. Cool. All right. I don't listen to Chapel Roan, but I do know from my daughter, who is a classic teenager, that there's a song called the Pink Pony Club, an instrument that might be played with a comb and wax paper, made with a comb and wax paper, a kazoo. I've never done that. I wonder if it actually works. How bedtime stories are often read aloud, right? My kids and I love reading stories at night. Right now we're in kind of the middle of the Hunger Games. If you've never read the second book, I'll kind of keep it to myself. But there was just a very, very big revelation. They were sitting on, I can't even tell you that. Ugh. They were sitting in a certain area, and they saw that there was a pattern to the Hunger Games arena. And there was a kind of crazy person that was thrown into the Hunger Games, and they said something very profound, even though... I'm trying not to spoil the book, even though it's years and years and years old. If you've never read it, go read it. It's a great book. Just read the whole series. My kids are, super excited because the prequel just came out, and one of the English teachers, super good friend of mine, let me borrow this book, and I didn't want to read it quite yet, but I know my daughter was just dying to read it. And so my younger kids and I are rereading the Hunger Games series aloud at night. We read about, 2 chapters a night. And, the kids are on the edge of their seat. They're going, oh, please, read more, read more. I get to the end of the chapter. I'm like, all right, let's go to bed. And they're like, no, they want to hear more. But my older daughter is reading this new book, the Sunrise on the Reaping. Sweet English teacher across the hall, good friend of mine, let us borrow it. And maybe she's under the impression that I wanted to read it. I do want to read it. But first and foremost, I gave it to my daughter to read, and she's just like consuming it. She's really taking it in, so that we can get the book back to her. But eventually, once the younger kids and I finish the whole original book series, then we're going to go back probably to the library. I know there's like tons of holds on the book right now, but somehow or another, we're going to get our hands on the book again. Probably not the one that I've borrowed because, we need to give that one back. It doesn't belong to us. But, yeah, we're reading that one aloud as a family. It's pretty fun. Oh, you're so funny. Yeah, that's what I want to read during children's story time. Oh, Callie, you're hilarious. How bedtime stories are often read aloud. On edge. You might feel tense if you're on edge. Short Instagram video, a reel. Less colorful, paler. Something pales in comparison. It's just not as vibrant. Layer of the upper atmosphere, that's the ozone. Something that's totally pointless is no use. Now, don't get confused. That's not one word. No use. I was telling you before, my mom had a good laugh and texted me after one of mine because the answer in the puzzle was go at it, but I read it as goat it. I'm like, what? What do you mean goat it? That doesn't make any sense. My mom texted me later. She was like, no, honey, go at it. I'm like, oh, duh. So now I'm always really careful. If there's a word that I don't think I understand, I will definitely look it up in my brain. I don't look it up on the computer. I'm like, okay, what does that really mean? Oh boy. What is the true intention? It might be that that there's 2 words. That's funny. Hit a high note on a high place, perhaps, to yodel. And then a Kit Kat bar. Man, I could go for a Kit Kat. That sounds really good. Chocolate on top of a wafer. Those are yummy. Those are so good. All right. Cool. All right. So then we played the Wordle. And truth be told, I was nervous about this Wordle. I thought we were doomed. I thought, oh no, there's no way. There's no way. Because I tried great and it gave us 2 letters, and then I tried a second non-intersecting word, a third non-intersecting word, and I'm like, oh gosh, ain't no way. You're all right. You know what? I've found that there's an audience for every joke. Sometimes they land, sometimes they don't, and that's all right. Some people are more sarcastic, and then some people are more like, tell me like it is. I love joking with people, but sometimes I know when I joke, it's a risk because they might be saying, oh, that I don't get it, right? And then I have to explain it, and then it's not funny, and I'm like, okay, no more jokes for you. Some people take me very literally, and I'm like, no, just lighten up, man. It's all good. All good. Oh, man. Yeah, so floor. What the heck does floor mean? I looked that one up, and apparently that is an alternate spelling of flower. Floor. But that did tell us the E was at the end, and then the R is somewhere, so I'm thinking, all right, what if it's in the middle? And then I tried born, right? He was born to you. The message that has been born, past tense. Nice. All right. The Strands puzzle had to do with fine dining. You can see the spangram right there, fine dining. In the courses of a fine dine experience, right? You might have a salad. Another course is an appetizer. Dessert at the end. Soup. Oh, I love good soup. Entree. And cheese. And then we had a good long talk about lots of different cheeses I love. My favorite one is called Saint Angel. It's a soft brie. It's delicious. And then, and then sandwich cheeses. I love provolone, and I love, what was the other one I said? Oh, Swiss. Gosh, I love Swiss. Yeah, super yummy. All right. And then letterbox. Could we have done this more efficiently? I'm sure we could have. And I'm sure the yesterday button will tell us exactly how we could have done it better. But this is what I came up with, and it's just going to run, right? It's just, all right, this is the way we do it. So we did inventing, and the G led us to grin. All of these puzzles are making me grin today. And then the N from grin led us to ninja. And then the A led us to axe. And then the E for execute. Execute Order 66. That's great. All right. Well, good stuff, you guys. We don't have to take super long. If we get the puzzles, we get the puzzles. It's only been, 46 minutes? And that's okay. So, all right. Well, as always, if you like what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing. We do this every day. So if you're hoping to see more of it, subscribe and it'll come right up in your feed. And, on the weekends, we do it during the early morning. During the summer, when school is out, we'll do it during the early morning, too. But for sure, during our, during the school year, and there's only about a week left of the school year, a week and a half or so of the school year, we'll still do it right after school when I get home. So, yeah, I appreciate it, you guys. Thanks for a great chat. Thanks for, watching me do the puzzles and all that. And have a great day, you guys. Enjoy your Tuesday. Sometimes Tuesday feels like Monday part 1. But hopefully, now Monday's over officially because Tuesday is on its way out. All right. You guys are awesome. Go enjoy some fun cheese tonight. How about that? Go have a cheese. All right. Catch you on the next one. See you guys.